You want to know why Toronto police death is a public service? Because the Toronto police are trying to murder us through our stress level. They say they're not committing social disparity. They're saying they're committing sexual disparity because they're fucking disgusting. Right? And that's the issue, motherfucker. That's the issue, actually. The Toronto police, this is why, right? We wanted a moral victory. A moral victory would mean there's justice in society. When I was a child, 5 years old, 4 years old, did the Kingston police protect me? Right? Did any of these police protect me? No, of course they didn't. Right? I was victimized. Does society give a fuck when men are brutalized? No, they don't. But you have these gold-digging whores who are cyber-stalking me right now. Right? The Toronto police know. And they're trying to kill me through my stress level because they're actually trying to make me infertile. So there won't be any moral victory because it was never about justice. It was never about, seeking truth and having reconciliation. It wasn't about that. Right? I was abused as a child by my father, and then they put me in a psych ward, and then I was abused by the people who were supposed to be giving me mental treatment. And you wonder why I had a porn addiction for like a decade. I probably have the longest fucking internet history in the world. But you know what? I wanted to fuck older women, right? And what'd they say? The Toronto police said I was a predator, a child predator. You are a fucking disgrace, actually, right? Because this is what it's about. It is about political power. Right? And it is about my happiness and my future, which you're trying to rob me of. You're trying to not leave me with a moral victory because you want me so stressed that I'm not going to be able to have a child or children or have a wife and have a family. Right? I'm 32. My credit is running up. I don't have any career. Where is this going? It's obvious. I'm going to die. I'm going to die of my stress level. And there will be no moral victory. Therefore, Toronto police death is a public service. You are disgusting. You are the most disgusting, despicable criminals on the planet. Because if you admitted that you are corrupt, the officer next to you would have to admit that they're corrupt. And your organization would have to get hit. Your salaries, your dismantlement. Yeah, that would be very possible. I'm not gonna forgive. I'm not gonna forget. Nothing. These news journalists, they are propping up white supremacy. You go to the finance district. These white people in these corporate suits disgust me. Yes, when Luigi killed that United Healthcare CEO, we all clapped. Doesn't matter if he was a white man, we all clapped. Because you know what? It's about fucking time there's change in the system. And these left-wing nonprofit organizations, they're so full of shit. They're never going to change the system because, they read their literature and their books. But guess what? I'm starting to think that this language, inclusion sounds like a very good thing. It does. Diversity, all these things, it does. But they're just terms, right? You take any of these terminologies that they use in these social justice books, I don't disagree with them. I don't disagree with inclusion and diversity and all these fucking terms. Binary, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It's not actually helping us to do radical protest. It doesn't challenge the system. I go to these people, right? In these social justice organizations, anti-capitalist, Marxist, whatever. I go to these fucking people, and you know what? They're trying to sell me an ideology, and when I don't fit with their ideology, they go, ooh, maybe you should read our pamphlet. You're not educated. You dumb fuck. You're not challenging the system. Challenge Toronto police corruption, you fucking morons. No, these people at these anti-capitalist fucking booklet, you see them at the Gaza protest. They're just plants. They're just people from the United States consulate, you fucking morons. You idiots! The anti-capitalists are just people from the United States consulate. Big surprise. Oops. Fucking idiots. Toronto police death is a public service. You are responsible for what you know. And if you're not, then you can't say you're for justice. That's a fucking hack. That's a fucking lie, right? People of color need to survive. We need to overthrow this system. Eject you from power, put you in prison, you die of a heart attack. Your psychopathy and narcissism dies with you, right? They're hacking these dating apps and these dating sites, and they've probably been doing so for a long time because they're trying to skew the population white. And what do you know? Kind of seems like children across the board are a lot more psychopathic because colonialism got to breed. They got to breed their psychopathy and narcissism. And now you see it's prevalent because they're the ones that are favored. You love these white people so much. You love their children. All right. You love them. You love their white men. You betrayed us. You're betraying us right now because you're not propping the new economic class of people to overthrow the dominant economic class of white people. And that's what it is. It's about economic class. There needs to be a new class, people of color, right? Because we're trying to ensure our survival. And guess what? They can say, oh, I'm lighter skinned in the wintertime, but you know I have a different complexion in the summertime. And you will call me a Chinese N-word and all this fucking bullshit. So don't fucking lie. That's a fucking lie, and you're disgusting, right? And this is why. I'm not going to stop saying what I have to say, right? Because we have to challenge white supremacy. And they're going to say, oh, you're the one who's racist. Maybe. Yeah, no, definitely, actually. You fucking sicken me and disgust me. I don't want to be around your children and your families because I don't want to see the next white psychopathy and narcissism breed. I don't, because you're the one victimizing society. It's not us. The fuck? And let me set the record straight. Hank Insignia, my civil lawsuit ejected that fucking loser from TPS, most likely, because I made some allegations about him going to my correctional facility in 2011. A Toronto police officer was at an Ottawa correctional facility and forced me under duress to sign a document. So you know what? Maybe I'm thinking that sex assault was all bullshit, right? Bullshit. That's what I'm thinking, actually. I don't think, because when I was 19, I never saw any video, right? And after committing a sex assault, apparently, they charged me, yeah, I said I was guilty in that circumstance because I wanted to be responsible. But now that I'm looking back on it and I see that Hank Insignia was there the whole time, did I even commit a sex assault when I did magic mushrooms and blacked out? Right? So what are these women saying? Right? What are these Toronto police saying? That I was a child sex abuser? When? Who the fuck did I victimize? Who? Right? Oh, that's right. You know that I had a blackout. And now my whole reality is twisted where I can't even be confident in anything. Right? That's the kind of torture that I'm being mentally subjected to. The Toronto police are a fucking disgrace, and Toronto police death is absolutely a public service because you are the most corrupt criminals, and the SIU will not charge you. Out of 150 cases, not even one murder cop has been charged. So therefore, violence is absolutely necessary. I hope you go to prison, and I hope you dirty-ass cops die of a heart attack. I hope you get raped and scraped in prison. I hope you fucking die of a heart attack and lose all hope in humanity. Just like you did to me. And that's real fucking talk. Fuck the Toronto police. I fucking hate you. I hope you die miserably. I hope you are eviscerated till you're nothing, till you're non-existent. Right? I hate the Toronto police, and I won't stop saying it. I'm not going to feel guilty. You wouldn't allow me to be an intellectual. The mainstream news media, CBC, CTV, I'm not going to apologize. You wouldn't let me be an intellectual, so now I'm just being wrath. I'm being anger. Right? That's all you're going to get. Want me to feel ashamed? I can't be. I can't be ashamed. You call me a child predator. Who the fuck did I abuse? No one.